Hello, everybody. This is Barb Ling of the Dennis and Barb Coaching. And today we are having the exciting presentation of, and I quote, the Dragon's Treasure with a question mark for reasons you will see coming up now. So let's now begin by first remembering this particular number. Now, are you ready? All right, hang on and remember this. Got that? This number is extraordinarily important for reasons that you will see throughout this oncoming presentation. Now, let's move on to who is Dennis and Barb. Well, I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. There's Dennis, there's Barb. We have both been online now for more than the past quarter of a century. When it comes to profiting online, guaranteed, either one or the other. We have been there, seen this, done that, flipped the t-shirt, etc., etc. We've basically done it all. So when starting webinars and classes like this, I like first getting a feel for what the knowledge level is here. So I'm going to ask a couple of true and false questions. And what I would like is for everybody here to respond your take. True or false? AI can write your own content for you. All right? Answer here, true or dare I say false? Okay, I see a false, I see true, I see true, I see true, and yeah, the answer is true. But here's the thing, okay? The thing is, it will read as though AI wrote it. And that kind of sort of is not exactly what you want at all, because you're going to want to add in your own unique voice. Okay, that was kind of a simple question. Let's start again now with the next. True or dare I say false? True or false? There are specific niches where digital products will simply fly off the shelves. Okay, true or false? Okay, I see true, I see true, I see true, 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 and yep, that's true. The answer here is obviously not false, because you've seen when on Facebook or on Twitter or on social media platforms, you're going to see products for specific niches more than others that you could consider. Granted, you're going to, if you're creating content for them, you're going to have to research, but yep, once you find them, I mean, wow, you're simply golden. Okay, that also was a bit simple. So let's now move to the next true or false question. Oh, before we do that, please take a note of this fact that yes, specific niches where the digital products will simply fly off their shelves. Now, also, my husband is out at Costco. When he comes back, you might happen to hear a whole bunch of barking. That's going to be our dogs alerting the troops that yes, the provider of our home has returned home. So, but let's now continue with true or dare I say false. PLR, private label rights, can simplify your own specific product creation. Okay, true or false? Okay, I see the qualifier there, not good product creation. And well, actually, let's hold off on that. Alrighty, so there's also true, true, there's a false, true, and definitely the answer here is true, but keep in mind, it can't be just any PLR. It has to be quality. PLL, private label rights. And then also, please now make a note of this as well. Because, the fact is, when you know how to create and sell your own particular quality content again and again and again and again and again and again and again, people are going to start to buy, well, from you, because they will recognize that, well, hey, you've released something new, and past experiences have shown folks that, yeah, what you create is downright quality. So people will start to buy from you, and what that allows, well, then that allows you yourself, to have control. But control over what? Control over your lifestyle. And it's basically now your life, your way. And now the following images are particular now to what my life, my way was and is. These are pictures a bit from the past when I was able to drop everything and take the family to the Wolf Lodge, Great Wolf Lodge that is, and me there at the Mario Brown conference, also being called upstage to give a talk at said conference, and then me taking my family out to medieval times. But here's the thing, all right? And stay with me here, because this part is really, really important, that when you rinse and repeat, your life changes. This image here was definitely quite the change of me and my eldest when we were doing a sword training on the local New Jersey beach. Good times, those were good times. Well, not the good times of being why, but why changing your life and such? Well, when you have been able to create your own products, your own content, when you have put together a structure, a process, what you will discover is that you end up devising your own personal online treasure creation system and process. And of course, that is a very good thing indeed. So let me now ask you, okay, how much more money would you be making per week if you already had this process in place? Would it be $100? Would it be $500? Would it be $1,000? What would it be? More importantly, what would that enable you to do? Would it enable you to take care of your family, your personal freedom, that you could drop work at a moment's notice, that it would make it easier for you to take care of your parents or take your extended family on vacation, send kids to good preschools, good colleges, and especially in this part was truly super important to me, especially change people's lives for the better. What would being able to do such a thing, what would it enable you to do? So with that now as an intro, let me start off by telling you what you are going to learn. You are going to learn the following. Step 1, an easy way to improve AI output. Step 2, an easy way to create a solid table of contents. And you might think off the top of your head of like, why is that so important? Well, when you are able to create that, you then have a structured format, a structured path to follow when you're creating your own products, your own content going forward. From there, we're going to move to step 3, how to use a quality PLR as a jump off point. And remember that qualifier there, quality, because honestly, any old PLR, no, you're not going to just want to use that. You want to be assured that what you use is a firm foundation for your own reputation. And step 4, an easier way to make money faster. Following that, I'm going to round it out with one particular bonus that will be 1 year from now. So here is what you need to do now. And I'm looking at all of you here, okay? What you need to do now, what you need to do is silence your mobile phone. You need to pause Facebook and Twitter. That is, unless, of course, you want to share learning incredible stuff from Barb Ling and Dennis Becker right now. You want to open a notepad file for note-taking, because you are definitely going to want to drop the material and the shortcuts you're going to learn down. Right now, whoever pings you, you need to tell your friends that you're busy, because it is focus time. What I am about to share with you, it will literally change your profit potential. Now, before I begin here, let me tell you my promise to you. Now, you have to stay with me here until the very end, because this web ticket event, well, it is packed with value until the very last minute. And I guarantee you will love what you discover. These techniques that you are about to witness, well, yeah, they are exactly what I myself take advantage of. And not only that, the potential that you are about to witness, it is going to pump you up so much that you are going to want to invest in the shortcut special offer that I have at the end that Dennis has created for folks listening right now. Now, I know that a lot of other marketers, they're going to hide the fact that, yeah, there's a pitch at the end. And well, no, I'm not hiding that at all whatsoever. I mean, yeah, you are going to learn fantastic shortcuts and skills, actionable techniques that you can start to do at the very end of this call. And by the end, you will see the value that is presented at such a cost-conscious savings is worthwhile enough that, yeah, you're going to want to jump at that. So I think that that is a reasonable bargain, okay? You're going to get actionable skills that you can do at the very end of this special web ticket event. And in return, you're going to see something that not a lot of folks are able to have at their fingertips. Now, does that make sense to you? If that makes sense to you and you believe this is reasonable, I'd like you to type in the chat, yes. Okay, I'm looking there. There's one yes. There's another yes. There's the third yes, and alrighty then. So let us then now continue with the first things first, okay? Our ideas, they work beyond question. Personally, I myself, one of my many skills is I am a prompt engineer master. Plus, you can see how some of our products incorporate what you will be seeing today of the past of since Dennis and Barb have been there. This is an example, this product in its example, Barb talk, take two, ching. This product is an example of one that we released that focused on creating new offers via PLR. This here is a bonus that I myself had created by using a specific table of contents and also specific AI prompts. And oh, let me tell you, once I knew those particular prompts to use, creating this, it just was, it was quick as a flash, as one might say. And then, of course, what we've also written about was ChatGPT made friendly. As a matter of fact, everybody here, are you aware of the fact that Dennis and Barb, we were the first vendors, marketers on Warrior Plus to alert the public that, yeah, ChatGPT is out there, and hey, here's how you can make money. Yep, we were the first to notify individuals, and it is safe to say that both Dennis and I, well, we have been using AI ever since. But you know, okay, here's the thing. For me, especially, it wasn't always this way. Product creation, this simplicity, this ease of development. Speaking solely for myself, okay, one way to describe myself is I'm kind of sort of allergic to planning. I suppose I am capable of planning, and I am confident that Dennis will be seeing that sometime coming along in the future. Dennis, by the way, is fantastic at planning. And here's the thing, you know, the lack of planning, well, yeah, it will make your sales much more unhappy than what it could be once you've learned how to schedule and follow this discipline. But now, okay, now I can finish my own one simple system that's based upon the following simple concept. And it's this: you must, it's not you can, it is you must approach online treasure creation strategically. You need to internalize AI. It's simply a tool, like, oh gee, I don't know, you know, like a hammer. What can you do with a hammer? Well, with a hammer, you could theoretically build a mansion. Always a good thing. You could also theoretically visit your local art museum and try smashing up every statue that you find. It's a tool. AI makes your life easier when you use it in the proper fashion. So used well, that online treasure creation, so much simpler, so much easier. But you know, used poorly, you're going to end up with content that reads like it was created by a hyperactive Barney the dinosaur on a bad day. You're going to create videos that put your entire audience to sleep, etc., etc. So first, you need to first research the profitable niches where digital products fly off the shelves before even considering what you're going to use with AI for. Now, once you have those niches, once you know that, okay, this niche that I'm going to focus on, the digital product, people are known to buy digital content, well then you need to look for, scour the internet. You need to hunt and discover a very smart place for a great table of contents, because once you see what other people, the other masters of this industry are doing, it's a much easier process for you yourself to dive straight into it. And then from there, well, hey, you create grand content and sell, sell, sell. And then you stack, 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 rinse, 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 and dare I say, repeat, repeat, repeat. So the question though is, why haven't you, everybody who's listening, why haven't you been successful so far with devising your own online treasure creation process? And well, here's why. Chances are you're not following a system. You're not following a particular process. A system and a process that can work like a well-oiled machine, because again, remember, AI, it is a tool, a wonderful tool, an excellent tool unless you're using it really, really badly. And then you need to research where you want to create your content in. What niche do you favor? And no, you don't want to follow your passion and the money will flow, because that is not true whatsoever. You want to find those niches where not just products are sold, but digital products are sold again and again and again, flying, as you might say, off the shelves. You want to then schedule out or structure out, what is your product going to do? What will people learn? Where will you start? Where will you end? In other words, rate a smart place for tables of contents that already exist. Then you can create that grand content, sell, 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 stack, rinse, and repeat. So with that out of the way, let's now pounce upon step one, the easy way to improve AI output. And it's like this. You want to set the stage by telling AI who it is. For example, you are a master digital marketer and taught Ryan Deiss. Ryan is one of the best known digital marketers in our industry. And by the way, when I say AI, I'm not just talking about ChatGPT. No, no, no. There are so many other systems out there as well. There's a Claude 3, there's Facebook's Llama, there's a number, perplexity of different AI systems out there, but for ease of use, I will be speaking in terms of ChatGPT because that is what most people know and are most familiar with. The next easy way to improve your AI output, you need to be precise with your instructions. And the more detail, the better. Now, can you see why I mentioned before starting step one that you wanted to have a notepad or notebook out so you could take notes? Because these instructions that you are getting, you're going to be able to use right upon the conclusion of this web ticket event. Now, the more detail, the better. So, for example, you don't want to tell ChatGPT, write me a report about list building. Instead, you'd want to say something along the lines of, I would like to write a report for my students. The focus should be list building, focusing specifically upon methods via social media. Please assume that the vast majority of my audience are mom and pop business individuals who might not understand what list building even involves. Please create my content for me. Again, detail. The more detail, better the output you're going to have. And by setting the stage, by telling ChatGPT or the AI who it is before creating your content, that will kick the AI into specifically focusing upon the individuals who are the masters of that particular topic. So next, you want to be able to search for other people's experiences. I mean, why reinvent the wheel? I mean, that does make sense, right? Chances are that you are not the first person or the last person who are considering to create content based upon whatever topic you really want to write about. So you want to then search for other people's experiences online. And your takeaway here is, remember, like I mentioned, AI is a tool. Ideally, it will do what you ask it to do. But if you ask it to do the wrong thing, it's not going to stop you and say, ahem, I really think you meant do XYZ. Instead, it's going to deliver content that you simply cannot use whatsoever. So what are some other ways to easily improve the AI output, I hear you ask? Well, one way to do this is look up who are the experts in the niche that you're writing about, and then tell AI that it taught those specific individuals. How do you do this? Well, you search in Google. So for example, you can search for who are the masters of dog training? Who are the people that others follow when it comes to woodworking? Another way that you can improve your AI output, hit enter ahead of time, is to search in Google for actual prompts themselves. So for example, search for best AI prompts for copywriting, cat training, ChatGPT prompts. How can I put together a kid's birthday party prompts? Ask and virtually guaranteed, Google's going to return to you results that you can start using right from that very page. Another way that you can easily improve your AI output, go to YouTube. Did you know, and this is really cool, okay, YouTube is, I believe, the second largest search engine out there. The difference between that and, say, traditional search engines is that YouTube searches based on videos. Did you ever stop to think of YouTube really as a search engine like that? And YouTube, oh my gosh, it has such a wealth of AI material, AI prompting material, how to achieve whatever you would like to do within AI material. The tutorials are legion. They really are. So then once you have all of this information, and you're going to want to write this down here, tell AI to answer what your prompt is going to be with what's called high perplexity and burstiness, and then also use your favorite style. Hold on for a second. I just need to take a sip of water. So, perplexity, burstiness, that actually refers to thingies that human beings do, people like us. When you talk about how people respond to compared to how AI responds, AI is very methodical. You can always tell when AI has written content that has not used specific targeting prompts. How? Well, everything is uniform length generally. It will provide for you a specific number of paragraphs for an answer. It will use specific phrases. If you have been using AI at all, you might have seen content that started with buckle up. Whoever created the phrase buckle up, I would love to see walk a plank. I have seen it written so very, very often. But here's the thing, okay? What that does is it shows you that AI has what you would call a tell. And what your goal is, you don't want to use AI to create content that when people reading it say, wow, this isn't Barb Ling's content, this is AI's content. Well, not Barb Ling, you would obviously insert your own name, etc., etc. But you want to ensure that AI can duplicate your own style if that is one of your particular goals. Now, if you're in the mood to make your friends laugh or to take advantage of public domain content that has been released recently, for example, like the 1920s or 1930s novels, etc., you could tell AI to write in a specific style. One of our colleagues actually has written Charlie Chan, or rewritten Charlie Chan novels, and has put them up for sale that uses the specific stylization that was common back when those novels came out back in the early 1900s. AI will know it. You could tell AI to write in the style of Sherlock Holmes. You could tell AI to write in the style of Mr. Spock, etc., etc., etc. So these are just some easy ways that you can automatically improve your AI output. So what's your takeaway here? Barb Talk, take 3. What is your takeaway here? No wheel reinventing, please, okay? The chances are other folks besides yourself have already done this and have already shared what they discovered online, especially when you're talking about the AI field. My gosh, the professionals in that particular niche, well, the AI niche, we love sharing. We love teaching each other these new cool ideas that we've learned, and you can find them shared on Reddit, on OpenAI forums, on Discord, etc., etc. So, oh, I'm sorry. One more thing too. That number I asked you to remember, could you please type in the question or chat box what that number is again? That's right. The number you want to remember. Must remember that number, 57. So, moving along at a rapid pace, step 2. An easy way to create a solid, notice that qualifier there, a solid table of contents. Well, a good table of contents, like I had mentioned earlier, it structures how your reader learns and how you yourself will choose to write your content. And let's face it, okay, the easier that somebody can read your content or consume your content, watch your videos, learn from your membership sites, etc., the better probability is that they're going to invest again and again. They're going to buy from you again and again. But not only that, they're going to recommend you as well too. Now, word of mouth recommendations, really, that's just about one of the best ways for you to be known throughout their possible audience. So what is your takeaway here? You want to plan. You really want to plan prior to even starting creating your content. Planning, it is a very, very good thing to do, and it's something that a lot of us, well, we simply don't do it as much as we should, myself included. So, easy ways to create a solid table of contents? Well, let's see. First, you can search for similar books, similar content on Amazon. For example, let's say that you wanted to create a report or info product on how to develop self-confidence. Well, I guarantee you, if you go over to Amazon and you look for the best sellers in that particular category, that particular niche, so to say, you're going to probably find 11 billion books that from where you can look at what's the table of contents these popular authors are using. Is this table of contents something that you yourself should consider? You can try a prompt that is something like the following. I want to write a report about dog training. Please provide me with a table of contents for 10 chapters, and then, hey, I mean, let's really go for the gusto here. And for each of those chapters, let's include 10 subtopics. Now, I ask you, do you think that such a report, such a book, such content with 100 basically subtopics divided within 10 chapters, do you think that something like that would appeal to somebody who really wants to do a deep dive into this kind of material? And you don't even have to do entire 10 chapters. You can do 5 chapters, each with 3 subtopics. It all depends upon what format you want to create and who is your targeted audience. So your takeaway here, ask AI and ask AI well. And ideally, you will receive that which you have inquired. And let's be serious, you really can't go wrong looking at the bestsellers table of contents that are currently existing in your niche on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and other places, similar bookstores. So, okay, sorry, quick, again, please type one more time that number that I asked you to remember. Okay, and I'm sorry, Amy, I didn't notice your name before. That's right, 57. I just love creating this sense of spellbound, what is she really talking about? But moving along, let's now move to step 3, using PLR as an easy jump off point. Now, PLR, private label rights. But when you talk about private label rights with PLR, a lot of people will think about ebooks, but really, there's just so very much more to PLR than simple typed content. I mean, let's think about images or so media. Let's talk about video, where you buy video that has PLR rights that come along with it, meaning that you can claim the content as your own. Even audio. I mean, people will listen to audiobooks. People will be driving along happy as a clam and put their latest motivational, I was about to say tape. Boy, that's really dating myself, isn't it? What do they use when driving cars now? CDs, DVDs. Hopefully you know what I mean. Moving right along though, your takeaway here is that if it already exists and it can be revamped with your tone, so it sounds like you wrote it, why not save time and use it? Well, of course, that is assuming that the PLR is quality, of course. So, using PLR as an easy jump-off point, how do you do this? Well, so glad you asked. You can go to AI, your favorite AI, ChatGPT, and ask for it to rewrite sample content in my own style, okay? You could ask AI to rewrite content and focus on high perplexity and burstiness, meaning that it will help the output appear to be less written by AI as opposed to 140% written by AI. Heck, you could ask AI to rewrite this, include humor via, say, funny analogies. AI loves providing you with funny analogies, as anybody who has written my content can attest to. A lot of times when I'm writing and I just find myself at a writer's block of how can I add humor to a specific technique, well, I'll ask AI to share with me 10 funny analogies, and then I'll probably ask it to share 10 more really funny analogies, and generally by that time, I'll have something that I can insert to basically tie off my chapter or tie off my example. It really, really, really helps bashing through any sort of writer's block that you might encounter. So your takeaway here is, once more, the key. The key here, precision. But you also want to remember that even though it's artificial intelligence, it follows some decidedly human traits, and sometimes it actually forgets the instructions that you tell it. So every now and then, you probably will have to remind it what its main goal is supposed to be. And now let's move to the fourth and final step here, easier ways to make money faster. So content creation, okay, it can be ebooks, it can be videos. Content creation can be also, I missed my space there, also be shared within memberships. But a quick, simple way to increase profitability without creating more content? Well, the answer to that is you simply tack on quality, PLR. And the takeaway here is, remember at the very beginning I talked about that system, that process? Now imagine what your bottom line could be if you smoothly took advantage of this. How to take advantage of this? Well, some easier ways to make said money faster. It includes the following. If you have a product launch, you can add quality PLR as an upsell. Matter of fact, when I first started out as a product creation individual, I didn't have any upsells. So what I would do is I would buy that quality PLR, and as Warrior Plus allows you to put PLR as upsells, I would add it in. My affiliates would have the opportunity to make more money, which would result in more affiliates promoting me. My customers would be happy because the content that I would make, that I would offer, would be related to what the main information is that I sold at the very beginning. It was simply a win-win all around. So let's now consider YouTube videos. Well, sure, there's also video PLR that one could do, but then what about if you had content PLR, written PLR, that was quality, and you included a link to purchase that within the video description? Now, have you ever followed any video creators and have noticed that the really smart ones, they include basically a laundry list of resources, tools that they themselves use, quite often via their own affiliate link. I mean, it makes sense, right? If somebody is interested in purchasing a product, well, why not make that additional affiliate income? And if you already have quality PLR yourself and you're creating videos, well, heck, you can just put up a buy button yourself on your own site and then include a link to that within the video description. What about memberships? Memberships for specific niches, specific topics. Well, you can include quality PLR, say, oh, I don't know, as a weekly bonus, twice monthly bonus, monthly bonus. I mean, the main thing here to remember, oh, and then also images. If you have a whole collection of images that you bought with either PLR rights or resell rights, well, do yourself again. You can sell themed bundles. I mean, back to school. I believe back to school is happening somewhat soon if it hasn't happened already. So let's say that you have images that, oh, I don't know, kids would like. You could sell that as a kid bundle or back to school bundle. Thanksgiving bundles, holiday bundles, any kind of theme bundles, yeah, you could sell images via that way. And then why stick with $12.97 products or $27 products or $97 products? You could create entire e-courses by tailoring the quality PLR mega products, should you have them, that is, as an entire course. So your takeaway here, not only can you use the quality PLR for all of the above, but, and stay with me here as well, because this is also hugely important, you can also rewrite it via AI. Let me repeat that again. You can take the quality PLR, should you have it, and use AI to rewrite it in your own voice, your own unique style. You can make this course your own. I mean, having that ability, having the content already done for you, and then telling AI or training AI how to write like you do, and then having AI rewrite everything as your own content. I mean, yeah, that's pretty darn good, I would say. I mean, wouldn't you agree? And now we've had those 4 steps, but let me now give you this other bonus of 1 year from now. So quick, today's date is, she said, looking at her computer screen, August 19th. 1 year from now, let's say you never want to think of creating online treasure makers, but then letting them gather digital dust. you always want to think a year out. So, for example, let's say today really is March 31st, 2027. Or today is, April 22nd, 2029. A year out from what today is. What are you going to want to sell, ideally, at a higher ticket price at that time? What do you need to start doing right now? And possibly most importantly, how do you plan to get from here to there 1 year from now? So, takeaway, of course, our favorite word, planning. And this kind of planning, it really can be rather simple to do. As a matter of fact, let me show you, okay, how to do this. So, start 12 months from now, okay? What you want to consider planning. What do you want to release for, say, more than $497? Or what do you want to release for more than $1,997 or $4,997? You see where I'm getting here, right? Depending upon what level you are at. Now let's think about, okay, all right, 6 months from now, all right. What would you want to release for, more than 297 or more than 397? Or again, remember, whatever level you are now, 6 months from now, how are you going to want to scale up? But what about 3 months from now? Okay, what would you want to consider to release for more than, $97, $77, $127? And not only that, this month, perhaps the next month, how can AI, quality PLR, and something else help you achieve those particular goals? So your takeaway here is, you want to work smarter, not harder. So now, what you've just learned, you have just learned the following: easy ways to improve AI output. And we've moved to step 2, easy ways to create a solid, notice that keyword there, solid table of contents. From there, we move to step 3, how to use quality PLR as an easy jump off point, and closed with step 4, easier ways to make money faster. No, we didn't close off there because we also had that bonus for you to consider where you want to be 1 year from now. And now, what you have just seen, what you just heard me discuss, this is what works for me. And, the question though is, can it work for you? Working for me, that's not important. What's important now is focusing on you. Can this work for you? Well, can it work? Obviously, it can. It's something simple. It's repeatable. And as I said, I've used this content creation process now with extraordinarily great success for a very long time indeed. And both Dennis and I, we know really well the art of AI and content creation. And our students, they learn it grand from us. So let me now ask you, does that mean that right now that you're going to see the same level of success? And the chances are Probably not. Okay, the 4 steps that I showed you, they take a huge amount of time. But what if you had it all done for you at your fingertips, plus one heck of a lot more? Now, remember, okay, I just showed you the following 4 steps. Easy ways to improve AI output, creating a solid table of contents, how to use quality PLR, easier ways to make money faster, and that bonus 1 year from now. But you know something? I know what you're probably, thinking right now. And it's like, oh my gosh, this stuff, oh, what I have just shown you, it can really be mind numbing. Okay, to truly devise, though, your own online personal treasure creation makers, honestly, you should know at least the top 100 niches where buyers of digital content, it's proven, digital products, they fly off the shelves. You should have at least 2,000, and I'll explain why coming up, done for you tables of contents to structure your own content creation, because virtually guaranteed what you're going to want to write about is contained within those 2,000 tables of contents. You should have just about all the quality PLR that you can eat. And you should have at least hundreds of instantly sellable assets to jumpstart your own online treasure creation making. So the unbelievably grand news is that is what Dennis and I have waiting for you, plus a whole lot more. So now ask yourself, say to yourself, jeepers self, what if I had such a shortcut? Now, Dennis and I have used the very best of our own AI skills, our own creation ability, and we have concocted up something rather, well, breathtaking. Okay, so want a peek? So I need to see if you folks are interested in this, so simply type yes, yes. Okay, there's a yes, another yes, yes, yes. Alrighty then. Alrighty, so introducing the instant. Actually, oh, I'm sorry. Hang on one moment here. Do you remember that number 57? What do you think it means? Okay, ask yourself, what does the number, 57 means? Well, the number 57, here's what it means. It means $57,000, give or take. Why? Well, that's how much that Dennis basically spent gathering up unbelievable content, quality PLR, as I just said, creating and gathering the 2,000 plus done for you tables of contents, otherwise known as 10 by 10 matrices, just add AI and bake. Remember when I mentioned going to Amazon and looking at tables of contents? And I asked you if you could ask AI to tell you 10 chapters, each containing 10 subtopics. Well, ask yourself, how useful could that possibly be, plus even more? So if you put all of that together, you will then get your very own instant info asset empire. Try saying that 3 times fast. And what it includes is the following. It includes the daily seminar series. I don't know if you're currently aware of these webinar legends, Jason Fladland and Robert Plank, who also now do AI and such. Well, Dennis invested in complete rights to this particular series. As a matter of fact, he paid $32,000 for these rights. And the great news about this is a tremendously huge portion of this, well, it's evergreen and can be used today. I myself, I used it to create the headline Magic Castle from one of my product launches in the past. And here's the cool thing, you know, about evergreen stuff. Some things, they just simply don't change. What is required to build a list in autoresponder? Yeah. What is required for captivating headlines? What is required to create a profitable, high converting sales page? It's same thing is today as it was yesterday, as it will be tomorrow. Evergreen goodness. And that is included within the Instant Info Asset Empire. Now, it also includes 40 plus premium PLR. Have you all heard of Jimmy D. Brown, who is known far and wide for the huge amount of content that he releases as PLR, the entire courses? Dennis Becker, his content and what he has written. Barb Ling, because I love talking in third person. She's written astonishingly useful material and a whole lot more. So now, are you picturing this yet? Are you thinking what you could do with something like this along with AI? Well, let's then now also move to what else does it include? Well, it also includes, and this is kind of sort of insane, Travis Sago's Google Docs Cache Machine. Now, it includes reseller rights. I don't know if you've noticed, but in all of our launches, we always include this as an upsell and we price it at $99, and consistently people will buy from it, will buy it. Now, in the past, we weren't able to offer reseller rights, but we can today. So this Instant Info Asset Empire, which cannot be sold for less than $99, resellers' rights are also included as well. So now you too could include this as an upsell for your launches as well. And the 2000 10 by 10 done for you table of contents. Actually, that was slightly not correct. It is the 2000 topics, subtopics that is included in here. So what does that mean? Well, that means that you can take these done for you matrices, and then you can feed it into AI and tell AI to create content via whatever style you prefer. And now the end result here is that you can just create quality instant digital products that you can sell. I mean, we're talking, they just zoom along like little tiny cheetahs just dashing towards the finish line here. And as a product creator, the more you create, the more buy buttons you put up, the probability is the higher amount of income that you can earn online. higher amount of income, very good things indeed. But, okay, there is one thing you really must know, and it's this, okay? Here's the thing. This, honestly, it's not for everyone, okay? We did not create the instant info asset empire for those who think they can simply press a button and woohoo, money rains down from the sky. I mean, seriously, if this is you, no judgment, zero judgment. I know a lot of people are looking for this, but if that's what you're looking for, this offer, I'm sorry to say, this offer is not for you. The instant info asset empire is for people who are serious. Now stay with me here because this is also hugely important. Serious about creating their own personalized treasure creation system. It's for the action takers, okay? It's for the people who recognize the massive potential that this package here delivers. So imagine if you were now possessing the done for you 10 by 10 matrices that are, oh, by the way, Dennis already did the research of the top 100 niches that have proven digital content buyers. So imagine that you have that, okay? You could go to your favorite AI and ask it to create the content based upon these matrices, add in your own voice, make it uniquely yours, okay? Now, put a number, okay, on that value, all right? Put a number on that particular value. What would you think is, a reasonable price? I don't know. Let's say that, 2,000, so products, $10 each, okay? That's $20,000 right there. It's a nice number, okay, but it's not our number. But let's move along and imagine you now are owning the following. That 40 plus high quality PLR content at your fingertips, okay? Content that you can trust, okay? This isn't your regular, typical, what people think about when they think of PLR. This is content you can trust and claim it as your own. Now, put a number on that particular value. All right, are you thinking about that particular value right now? 17,000 would be, quite reasonable for us to ask for the entire, mind you, the entire instant info asset empire, but we're not going to ask that either yet. So I bet you're wondering right now, okay, how much? Okay, how much is it? Well, the instant info affiliate empire, again, say that's 3 times fast. It allows you to instantly go from 0 to 11 bazillion in content creation speed. What does that enable you to do? Well, that enables you to put up more buy buttons. The more buy buttons that you put up, the faster you put up said buy buttons, well, okay, the more probability you will have in earning increased online. So for what you've seen, okay, almost 15,000, yep, that would be kind of very reasonable to ask as well. But right now, I'm not going to ask that from you right now either. Because I want you to think, what would you right now do with these particular benefits? Okay, speeding up your product creation by employing, would say, the equivalent of those tiny dashing cheetahs that enable you to really zoom out and get your buy buttons up there. Repurposing the quality PLR, the PLR content that you can trust, into memberships, into videos, into entire courses, and more. What would you then be able to do that when you can grow from a year from now, that you can evolve to selling products that are close to 3K, 5K, 10K. Now, put a number on that in your mind. Now, around 10K, that would also be rather reasonable to ask, but I'm sorry, that's not the price either. So how much? Well, right now, you can get the complete and total access to the Instant Info Affiliate Empire for less than 1/20th of the total value that you have seen. So, well, awesome. Why, might you ask? Well, you might be thinking to yourself, why is it so little? Okay, well, because the number one thing that people are afraid about, it's the price, which is why this is one of the most cost-conscious premium packages that you can find to date. So now, here's how this is going to work. What I want you to do right now is to visit the following site, https://askbliings.com/get-IIAE. Now, what you're going to see there is an entire description as well of everything that is there. But visit that site and scroll down, and you will see the remarkably low investment that it is currently being set at. Behold it right there at that page, askbliings.com/get-IIAE, and just basically see for yourself what is waiting for you right now. Because, not to emphasize it, interested in this now, your next step is to visit that URL that I will now say for the third time, askbliings.com/get-IIAE, and then start your journey today. So now I want you to go check that site, and I want you to tell me you're it. All right. Okay, there's Tim. Is that he's in? Excellent. Beth. Okay, excellent. Very good. All righty. So it does seem that folks are investing, and welcome to those who are choosing to buy right now. Because the thing is, this particular cost-conscious investment, it can increase at any particular time. So you really want to make sure that you get in today. And again, I see that Dennis has shared the URL to the entire audience, because I want you to remember the following. And honestly, this is the most powerful secret that I can give you. And it's this: you want to follow the law of proaction. If you want it, you make it happen today. In other words, it is up to you to take control. And with that concludes our special web ticket event. Again, the URL is askblings.com/get-IIAE, and we shall see you swing on the inside. But should you happen to have any questions, do feel free to ask. And let me just take some water and I will answer them shortly. All righty, let me go through the questions here. Okay. Anne asks, are the PLR rights all the same? And I would say that the PLR rights actually, Dennis, if you're around, because I know that I had seen him go off, the PLR rights depends upon the particular package that you use. For example, well, actually, this is resale rights. Resale rights for Travis Asego's product, the Google Docs cache, that has to be sold at $99 at least. The Jimmy D. Brown PLR, that has its own specific, hang on for a second, oh, sorry, those are my dogs there, own specific rights as well too, to private label them. Does that answer your question? All right, excellent, okay. Let's see here. Okay, Tom asks, I have never used ChatGPT before. Is it hard? Actually, honestly, no. Actually, it really isn't that difficult to use at all. And the reason why, well, an easy way to learn yourself anything regarding AI is to go to that AI and ask. So, for example, you could go to the free version of ChatGPT and ask, what are the easiest ways to learn ChatGPT? And it will just start telling you the easiest prompts to use, the easiest techniques to use. You could go to ChatGPT and then ask, other questions for how can I learn via audio? How can I learn via video? Et cetera, et cetera. Does that answer? All right, excellent. Alrighty, moving along. Oh, okay, this is a good question. Tony asks, you mentioned the free version. Is there anything else? And actually, yes. To be precise, there is another paid version, which I believe now is $20 per month or so. And what that does is it gives you a higher evolved ChatGPT, so to say. As a matter of fact, ChatGPT is not the only AI that does that. If you're to use Claude AI, it has a free version and a paid version. If you are to use Perplexity, and by the way, Perplexity, here's an example of the kind of knowledge that you'll have waiting for you inside the Instant Info affiliate, not affiliate, Assets Empire. Perplexity allows you to use ChatGPT, Meta, or Llama to be precise, and Claude. It has a free Perplexity, which uses the free versions of those three, and a paid Perplexity, which uses the paid 3. So, excellent question there, Tony. Thank you very much. Alrighty. Let me go now back through here. I think that most people had their questions answered and went off and checked out the page to invest. So with that, I think I can bring this web ticket event to a close. I want to thank all of you for showing up. The fact that you spent all of your time, that you dedicated your time to learning from us, that means an awful lot. And I really appreciate that. So I am now going to bring this web ticket event to a close. Remember the URL, askbeetlings.com/get IIAE, and we shall see you on the inside. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.